This is a Puerto Rico hotel. This is for people. This is improving neighborhoods, providing jobs. I've never done a project that actually had that emotional connection to the neighborhood, to the culture, to the people. So guys, I'm here with my partner, Sharif Medawar, and we are really excited because today you're gonna go on a property tour of a hotel in Santurce. It's about, an 8-minute Uber ride from the airport. Fantastic location. What's really cool about this hotel is it's got 22 rooms, but it's got a restaurant and a bar and an event center, podcast studio. It's really a cool building. And we're gonna take you on a tour. We're gonna show you exactly what we're trying to create, the vibe, the energy, and why this is such a special project. And we're excited because Sharif and I are partnering up on actually 3 hotels, right, in a big hotel project. And we want to invite you to partner with us on our fund and actually be a part of something legendary that we're doing here in Puerto Rico.
Absolutely, and you'll get to participate when we're done. You'll get some free nights in the hotels. You get to enjoy it, bring your family, and you can show them what you're part of. It's going to be a great success of those 3 hotels.
Yeah, so guys, if you're interested in that, we've got really low minimum requirements that you can invest in this project with us. You'll see a link and a QR code maybe you can take a picture of. That's gonna take you to a really simple form. You're gonna fill that out if you're interested, and then our team is gonna call you and explain to you more about the fund and how you can participate. But right now, we want you to really just catch the vision of how cool this project is. So join along with us, and we're gonna take you on a tour to see this amazing building in Santurce. So the original plan for this hotel would have been like a low-end, super kind of budget type of like a $50 a night. That's what it would have been, because they were gonna do window units on the AC. So imagine the outside of this building with window. You know what I'm talking about, the window? Oh my gosh, that'd have been horrible. And it was purple, and it was this whole weird, So we went from like a under $100 a night, and we're now we feel like a $150 to $175 a night. On the outside of the hotel, if you guys go out there and look, you'll see that there's like these different levels. And what it is on this side right here, there's a restaurant. The restaurant is leasing their space from me right now. So they're a tenant. Their rent is really low. Their lease is up in July. Now they've been here a long time, even though the hotel's been vacant forever. They've been in the hotel space forever, 10 years, I think. And they're really well known. They got a great reputation. It's called Abracadabra. Everybody likes to eat there. They just do breakfast and lunch, and then they close. Part of that has been there hasn't been really foot traffic at night here because it hasn't been that great of an area. So people aren't out at night. That's all changing. It's changing very quickly. So what we're looking at is we've been trying to maybe partner with the restaurant because we have a bar and we're going to do food and drinks up on the 4th floor. So we need a really good relationship with food, a restaurant, right? And the perfect partner would be this restaurant, but it's been a bit of a challenge to try to work well with them. We've had a lot of animosity as we've been renovating, which is normal, right? We're making noise, we're closing the road down, but they haven't really had a really good vision with us about what we're doing. Because think about now what this hotel is going to do for the restaurant, right? We're going to bring so much traffic, and we're making it really nice in an area that hasn't been. So we may end up, what I'd like to do is partner with the restaurant. And now they're my partner because now they can participate in the vision I'm trying to create. So one of the things about this hotel and any boutique hotel is the environment, the vibe, what you're trying to create, it isn't just gonna happen. You have to create that vision, create that culture, and then enforce that culture. So we want a restaurant that's gonna also have that same vision with us and want to do dinner, want to do maybe food in the rooms, really kill it with this bar and the food up top. This is not just about 22 rooms. It's not just a hotel. We've got a restaurant. You guys when we go to the 4th floor, you're going to see we built an event center with a podcast studio, with 2 bars. There's an indoor bar, there's an outdoor balcony, and then rooftop access. Who do you think would be the ideal customer? Millennials, yeah. 30-year-olds that are single or married, no kids, that want to come to Puerto Rico. They're going to be working on their laptop. So internet's important, but you'll see these rooms are very tiny. The idea isn't that you stay in the room. The idea is to get them out of the room and get them to the beaches, going and doing, at the bar, on the roof, experiencing the culture here. That's the goal, and you just sleep in the room. So you'll kind of see that that's sort of the idea behind everything we're doing here. So a couple things that are important. You'll notice that we've got cameras everywhere. Like right behind there on that wall is a camera. Every floor, everywhere, outside. Security is a big deal. We want people to feel safe. And the idea here with these boutiques is they're keyless entry. There's no like checking in and you get a card that you swipe. It's very much Airbnb. So you'll see the doors on some of the doors that are in already. It's got like the keypad, the key code, and that has to communicate with our booking software and all of that. So it's meant to be, you come in, you self-check, you go to your room. The goal here with this is that it's Instagrammable. What does that mean? What is Instagrammable? It's not, you're not going to the Marriott or, you know what I mean? Like you're having an experience so that you rebook. And the type of that millennial type of person, when they come to Puerto Rico, they want to have an authentic food, authentic hotel. They love Airbnbs. They love that environment because it's different than just staying at a Holiday Inn. They don't want a Holiday Inn. That's not who our customer is. We also originally, my big thing that I wanted so badly was the courtyard goes all the way up and there's basically open to the sky. And we wanted a glass bottom pool on the roof. You could literally see it of the pool, but we did all this structural and the building can't handle the integrity of it. Yeah, so we just can't do it. We're still gonna do a pool on the rooftop, but not over the hole. And I mean, nothing could go wrong with that either, right? You know, 4 stories down, yeah. But so we call it looking glass because you literally can look out to the ceiling from the courtyard. We really tried to do local, everything we could as local as we could. So our doors, our windows, not only were they were manufactured here. Yeah, our dressers, our bed frames, yeah, all local. And that adds to kind of the experience we're creating. Now, people may not know that, but we know that. Our workers know that. Everybody involved in this hotel, and if you guys partner with us on the hotel, part of that experience is really special in that there's an emotional connection now because this was a dilapidated building and now it's this beautiful hotel.
Probably the prettiest one on the block, by the way.
Yeah, it's improving the whole island.
We're changing,
having
yeah.
the opportunity
And that's
to
cool.
Building
bring up-
relationships with local
yeah.
contractors.
And we're providing
We're
jobs.
showing them
Yeah.
things to,
Yep. So it's great.
building relationships.
I've never been involved in a project. I built a lot of stuff, rehabbed and everything. I've never done a project that actually had that emotional connection to the neighborhood, to the culture, to the people. Like even the workers here, it's not just a job.
No, they
Like
know they're
Suhei and all our team here, they're like, wow, look what we're doing. We're doing work and we're making a difference and we're having an impact. And so they care. Like they put their heart and soul into it. People were here last night till midnight.
But we've shared with them, the impact that they're having to be able to let you guys have a vision of what this could look like for you guys to have a place in your mind to be like, I can come, I could stay at this hotel, I could have a place to land, to then be able to invest in the island and even have this spot be part of the vision of the beginning of what we can do to really make a difference because this is Jerry Norton's hotel, this is real estate hub, and this is the work that we're all being able to participate in actually creating the space for us to come together and get that started. So I think they believe in that higher mission, and it shows in the work that they're doing and could do for other investments as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, you guys may not know this, maybe you do know this, but there's a lot of animosity towards like the gringo coming to Puerto Rico. And so we're trying to overcome that by showing people like, no, this is a Puerto Rico hotel. This is for people. This is improving neighborhoods, providing jobs. Like we want people to feel like this is. Yeah. So Suhei is from Puerto Rico, left, and now she's back, and so
it was you that brought me back.
yeah. And so she feels like she's told me before, I want to come to Puerto Rico and I want to make a difference and I want to do work that's having an impact.
Yeah, I mean
on the island.
Yeah,
Suhei.
That's true. I mean, you brought me back, right? This is why I'm here.
So on the acquisition side, this was a total creative finance. I did basically a Morby method where we got a first position lien holder on half of the purchase price. So the purchase was 2.5. So I got a $1.25 million first position loan, 0 down. Now, why did they give me a 0 down loan on 1.25? Why would a lender do that? No? Equity, yeah. So they're at like a 50% of purchase price on the loan. So they were like, yeah, we'll totally finance you 100% on 1.25. Then the sellers carried a 0 down seller second for 1.25. Well, it's a tiered thing. So it's the first year it's 0, no payments, no interest, no nothing. The second year it's principal only, I'm pretty sure. And then the third year interest. So it's a 3-year term. 3-year on my first and 3-year on my seller carry. And then I personally brought in all the cash for the renovation. So all said and done, I'll be all into this whole project for a little under 4. But we're gonna have the boutique, the restaurant, the bars up top, the event center, and a podcast studio, and a like a penthouse suite. And so it's gonna be multiple revenue generating model, which is really cool.
What do you see the appraisal looking at after?
Oh, geez. I mean, I could see this being a $9-10 million appraisal. Yeah.
Did you qualify for the access?
Oh yeah, and remember, guys, my total acquisition, so call it 4, plus my first year of all my operating expenses, employees, everything, that number, let's call it 4 or 5, 40%, so let's call it 2, they're giving me a check for $2 million. Because it's tourism, it's tax credit.
You can give that away at 95 cents a month, right?
So I'm literally getting a $2 million check for making this hotel from the government. Cash. Is that insane? So now I'm all in for like 2.25 on a $10 million asset. Like the risk, that's why the risk is so low. And that's why the budget on this, I didn't really care. It was because half of it I'm getting back. And I want it to be right. Like if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. Let's hit the highest, rent mark we can and bring a really good experience. So policing the experience is gonna be a big deal. We don't want drunks wandering around, we don't want prostitution, we don't want people getting in. So we're gonna police that environment. Again, like I said earlier, I have to create the culture and enforce it for that to happen. So that's going to be a big deal for us here, is making sure nothing weird's going on and it stays a good experience. This was really tricky. We had to learn as we went, but this software for this has to work with the hotel software. And when we bought all these locks, we didn't realize that. So we actually had to invest in a separate software for the locks that communicates with the booking software. And so that was one of those learning things where we're like, oh man, we could have, if we would have bought the right locks, I could have avoided one more thing, but we spent all the money and bought them all and then realized and I couldn't take them back. So we just spent the extra money on the software. But those are some of the things that you learn, as you go the hard way. You'll see that the shape is odd, right? It's not a square. So one of the challenges has been bed placement and TV placement. So we've had to be okay, where are we putting the bed and where are we putting the TV? And do we have an outlet? Because the outlets there were no rhyme or reason to that either. On the next one, we're gonna be super careful that we've got a really clear plan so we're not backtracking. We did some backtracking on some of this. Oh crap, we need an outlet right there.
For the TV.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and we had to get, I didn't know this about hotels, but you have to get hotel TVs. There's a specific TV for hotels, so they communicate and all the things. So the problem with this polished cement looks really cool, but it's a maintenance thing. So we'll have to always be kind of working on it. So you always want to be thinking about with a project like this, what can I do to reduce moving parts, right? Yeah, so we may end up doing, this is the headboard actually, but we may end up doing, you'll see this same type of thing on the 4th floor, the whole wall. So we may end up doing, the next time we got to come in and do work, down the road, just do the whole wall, and then it's maintenance free. Makes sense? Yeah. So again, all mini splits in all the rooms. You'll see this light, there's no conduit. So we started hiding a lot of the conduit or a lot of the electrical, and then we changed that. So you'll see some of the rooms. I want you guys to look. You'll see some of the that square conduit on the electrical. Because we'd be here forever, and it was not cost prohibitive at all. And you don't need to. It's okay, like people are fine with it. I was worried that that's gonna look terrible, everyone's gonna hate that, it's gonna look low end. And then I like started going around and looking at like really high end stuff and I'm like, they got conduit. I can have conduit. You can design what you like and screw it up. You can hire a designer or you can copy somebody that's already really successful. That one's way cheaper. Yeah, so like when I do luxury houses, I'll look at like a $20 million house in LA, the pictures, where they have like maybe, you know, $500,000 in lights. And I'll tell my electrician, I want those lights, but for $5,000, not $50,000. Find me the knockoff version of that chandelier. So we did a lot of looking around at like, what are other boutiques doing? Europe has been a great example because boutiques are really popular in Europe. So like, and we kind of, you can see here, we're doing like a modern theme. You know, we got like the black on white, you know, so we're trying to follow a theme, but a lot of this has been like, well, what would look good? And, you know, we get a lot of ideas, opinions, ask a lot of people, look at a lot of other boutiques. So this is the courtyard and you can see that's open to the sky. And when we bought the hotel, that was just open. Water would pour in this whole place. Oh yeah, it flooded out every time it rained. It was crazy. So what we're gonna do here is we're trying to think of some cool ideas, but we might put art for sale on this whole wall and then have a number and then people, or a code. And if somebody wanted to buy it, yeah, you got it, they could do it. We've thought about a climbing wall. We've thought about all kinds, a mural. But we're really leaning towards like an art gallery in the hotel. And we had this all done locally. So we had a local guy make our doors, make our windows, make even our furniture. So we had a guy design like a desk/dresser. So we could, because normally, because we have to utilize the space. Yeah, so having a desk and a dresser, too crowded. You always want to think about like, what kind of work are you creating for yourself? So with the beds, we went with all queens, I think.
Some great things.
Okay, because of a couple of the big rooms. But think about that. If you can uniform everything, it's going to make it a lot easier. Because now it's like, okay, we got mixed linens and, you know, and then we're doing, what you do is you do 2 sets of everything. So we'll have 2 sets of every single bed. So then the cleaning people will swap, outsource laundry, make the new bed, right? Yes. So that it's faster. But we did some kings because you can charge more for a king than a queen. Mm-hmm. But you could see here, like we could not do a king. No. Even a queen feels a little tight. Yeah. But again, you have to remember the boutique model is these small kind of rooms, small space. So people know that, or they'll learn very quickly. Like if you go to any boutique, you're going to have that similar experience. Okay, so guys, we're calling this the event center, and like there's the bar right here, right? And then you go out here, and there's like another kind of bar area. And we wanted this to be like small group meetups or like event type things, like maybe the RIA Club. Because then you can go from this space out to that space. You can go up on the roof. And so we kind of made this like media friendly. And then what I'm doing is like investors in the hotels, they can come stay in the hotel and then we'll hang out here, do real estate, do content. Yeah, it's like mastermind. So I wanted this to be like a mastermind, small group mastermind type of culture. So like we're gonna hire we've already hired like an event manager, like what are we calling it? Like the extracurricular activities, person. And we want to be able to say, hey, you want to go on a tour? We've got a tour guide. You want to go river rafting? You want to go up in the mountains on a hike? What do you want to do? You want to go iguana hunting? Like, what do you want to do? We'll guide you. And so what you can kind of do is like this space merges into this space. So now we can like, if we had a big enough, if it was too full in here, you could sort of like overflow into here. And then again, more bar. So kind of like food and drinks going on out here, food and drinks going on in here. Yep, so you could grab some food, you could go up here and be on the roof. And that's a whole nother vibe. Like you're like, wow, I'm looking over at everything. So guys, there's a link below here. Again, if you're excited about being a partner with us on these projects, click on that link, click on that QR code. It's gonna take you to a simple form. Fill that out. Our team will reach out to you and see if it's a good fit for you to invest in. And guys, I hope again that you really enjoyed this tour and and got excited as excited as we are about these projects. You know, we just got so much passion and energy behind what we're doing here, and we want to share that with you. So again, click on that link, partner with us on these projects, and we hope to see you out here in Puerto Rico
Very good.
having a good time.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.